Hello, welcome back to one of my videos. It's been a long time, and if you're watching this, thank you a lot. I've been very busy, and I don't really have much time to make these, but yeah, I'll do it when I can, and yeah, thank you for watching. So I've got 4 games here, all of which were in ranked, and it's just some really good games I had. So you see here, I'm running Interceptor, and I'm gonna have Interceptor in all 4 games. And yeah, I have my normal ranked combo on, which is a sniper, a missile, a grenade, and then a big torpedo that I sometimes switch out for a napalm, swift torp, something else. But you see here, we get the really quick victory, and we have the enemy on the ropes. After that 1 kill, it's like we got the advantage. In ranked, the person who gets the first kill has a huge advantage. And like, a lot of the time, 1 death on your team and you're pretty much guaranteed a loss. But also, if your team is dumb and pushes too fast, it can also turn into a win, so you can't be too worried about it, not like it that much. But yeah, you see here though, it's a decisive win. Like, we have an interceptor who's pretty low, and if he loses, it becomes a 4-3. But still, we have the vast advantage here. It would take a huge blunder in order for us to lose. And we have them separated, we're pushing hard. There's not really a world where they can come back from this, so there we go. We get their in really low, but he's with 2 fixers, so there's a really good chance that he will get healed up, and then we all take a ton of damage, which could have actually been really bad if they killed 2 of us, but luckily they didn't. But then they do kill 1 of us, and I'm low. That could have been really bad, but luckily it wasn't, and we take care of the others very easily. And yeah, I get the nice sniper kill to finish. So that was a very good game. And here's a second one. And you'll see my infamy has drastically dropped. I used to be at 5k. I missed that because I was getting 5 Legi parts a season. But I dropped a ton. I mean, I've been busy and I don't really have much time for the game anymore. So I'm definitely not as good as I once was, to quote the song. So I ain't as good as I once was. But anyway, yeah. I'm still, I don't know. I've never been the best, but I'm definitely not the worst most of the time. I definitely am the worst sometimes, so it's not like I'm a good player, but yeah. Anyway, you see here, we're kind of trapped in this cave, and yeah, I think in this battle it was like, well, if we just stay back here, they don't have a fixer, so unless they do something really stupid and we lose our interceptor, and it's just like, shoot, we have lost. But then it's like, wait, they don't have a fixer, so maybe we haven't lost. So I jump back and get some help. And the Grinch, I'm pretty sure he's got some tier 5 Legi healing items. And then bam, our speeder comes back, misses the turn into the tunnel, and then goes up the back route, which is going to cost him his life because he can't get to the fixer. And it's a 3v5, which most of the time is a definite loss. But they don't have a fixer, and it's 2 shooters. So it's actually in our favor, because the shooters can't really charge us without a guaranteed death. The speeder is very scary, but at the same time, without backup, they kinda can't do much. And that interceptor's scary too, but we have him on low health, so it's looking pretty good. So yeah, it looked like an obvious loss, but all of a sudden it's looking like we're gonna win. So I kind of chased that speeder off, and it's kind of just kill one of the shooters and take the capture is what's going through my head right now. Because, like, if one of us dies, we lose. We just lose. So I go there saying help, help, hitting a mine on purpose. It wasn't me just running into that. But yeah, we just need to take out one of the shooters, which is hard because they're smart. They're hiding back and letting the fast ships take the damage. But at the same time, their fast ships aren't healing. Well, they're healing extremely fast. And our fixer is actually stunned, which that could have been our loss right there because of that stun. But luckily, we didn't take much damage in that period, and it was actually pretty safe. So that was really good. And then we take out the interceptor, which is extremely good because I was just hoping to take out a shooter and then get the capture. But now we took out the interceptor, their fast ship, so they are now a lot less, they have a lot less speed, and they can't run, they can't hide, and we have more firepower than them. So now it's just a quick cleanup, and yeah, we take him out, but then shoot. The speeder just killed our fixer, and the other interceptor doesn't have a bandage, so it's like, this is not good. All he has to do is kill him, who's at 3,000 health with no bandage. And then he's up against me. And I've got one direct damage weapon, another ranged weapon, and pretty much free ranged weapons, because grenade you can use at close range, but it's pretty hard against a speeder. So right now it's like, shoot, just stay alive and I'll try and draw the fire and protect him. And that was terrible camera angles, I'm sorry about that. But he ended up just getting desperate, dying, and it was a win. And yeah, it was a really good one because it looked like it was going to be a loss. But here we've got one on Wayward Plains, and I have to say, I really do not like this map. It's probably my least favorite because I like to just sit back, be smart, wait for, not make the big moves, don't do a bunch of close combat. I like it spaced out. But this map, it's very hard to get that. And yeah, there's so much obstructions that like the missiles and all of that are hard to hit. So yeah, but you see here, and this is what I mean, it's just chaotic battles because everyone's all over the place, and it's super easy for people to just go off on the other side of the map chasing one person. Next thing you know, 4 ships against that one who chased that other ship, and bam, they're out. So it's definitely not the best. And then you have the speeder over here, which I don't know what they were thinking. They just pretty much suicided. So I feel really bad for the other team about that, because now we just have a massive advantage. They really don't. They do stand a chance, but we would have to make an awful big blunder for that to happen. So yeah. So we've pretty much got them on the ropes. That was a really good missile hit right there. They've got these mines which could turn the battle in their favor if we're stupid, but for the most part, we're gonna be smart. And we get their shooter really low. That shooter there was like throwing some games earlier, so I was like targeting them. So I was like, oh, if they're gonna throw, well, that should be an easy win for us. They didn't throw this game, but they were from some other games. And anyway, yeah, we've just got them trapped, and they've got a good defensive position. Like, if I pop my head out there to get hit with the sniper or the torpedo or a good grenade hit, I'm gonna get destroyed. But also, I've got a good missile. The grenade can get some good hits, and I'm figuring out how to get some sniper hits too. So it's not the end of the world, but still, it's just kind of a stalemate. There was a really good frost and torpedo hit there, so that was cool. Yeah, so it's pretty much just attacking the enemy here, and at one point I'm gonna see, well, I can be protected if I go in that back corner and shoot torpedoes straight into their fixers who are huddled in that little corner back there and wreak some havoc. So once I figure that out, that'll be a quick finish. Sorry for the spoiler, but yeah. So I get in there, and yeah, it's like, well, this is actually pretty safe. I kind of poke my head out, and there's a lot of firepower coming in, but there's a lot of cover too. And we have the fixers split from the attacking ships. And there we go. I scare him out of there. He's faced the wrong direction. So he's in nitro. He had to nitro, but he couldn't nitro back into safety and went out in the open. That was easy pickings. And then after that, it's just, game's pretty much over. Like, we could have finished this a lot faster, but it's pretty much just pick them off, we've won. So yeah, there we go. I get hit, so I'm just staying back, being smart, but honestly, it would have been smarter to go out there and get some damage. I think this mine here is an enemy one, even though I've seen my teammates go over it and not die. But yeah, it was a good battle though. Pretty unfair for the enemy team because of that speeder, but yeah. And this one here has to be the best game I played. It has to be one of the best games I've played in a while too, because yeah, it's just rare moments when you just get one of those really fun teams where it just comes down to a few ships left. There's just something special about 10 ships starting the game and then 4 ships at the end or 2 ships at the end, and it coming down to a really close victory, because you start out with 10 people who all really don't want to sink, and then 8 of them sink or 6 of them sink, and you're just down to a few, and it's really cool. So yeah, I just like that. And then here, this here is not looking good. We've got this little speeder here attacking us, but I'm like, this is actually really good for us because they don't have a fixer. They've got some team members who don't have a bandage. We have a really big advantage here. But at the same time, they've got a lot of firepower. We do too. We've got the same firepower, except we have a Reaper and they have a shooter. And I would take that any day if the Reaper is healing us, which they are. So we actually have a really good advantage, but I don't know what my 2 teammates were doing, and they just go out there and die, and it's just like, what just happened? We lost. And I missed my sniper shot, but my teammate lands it. So because of that, we kind of even the odds, and now it's like, okay, this isn't a complete loss anymore. One of the interceptors doesn't have a bandage, so we can take care of them, and then it's an even field and we have healing. So the game isn't lost. We still have a chance. So I'm just kind of thinking, take the capture and kill the interceptor that doesn't have a bandage. And you see here, we get that interceptor without a bandage really low, but then our interceptor is over there by himself at 700 health on fire, and as you'd expect, it does not go good. So now it's 2 ships versus 4, And I'm just like, well, this is a loss. I'm stunned, missiles, grenades. It is not looking good. And the enemy is closing in because this is a pretty clear win for them. And then I think I thought there, like, this is a loss. And then somewhere around there, I was like, shoot, this could be a 4v2 win. Because we've got healing, and they're being reckless, and they have low health. So I hit him, and the grenade fire kills him. And then they have someone who is permanently stuck on 3,000 health. So if I can land a good shot on him, it's an even field. We just went from a definite loss to a winning position. And you see here, it's like, I made a pretty big blunder here. I said capture, and then I took that route, and then he took the other route. So that was not good at all. But we managed to kill the interceptor who didn't have a bandage. So now the fields are even, and it's capture. We just need to capture. And this is like the blunder I make. I think I say go capture, and I go in at that angle while my teammate goes in at the other, and all of a sudden we're split. So, and then he said some command like negative together, and I was like, shoot, we are not together. So I jumped back to him, and then I was really cautious because this is filled with mines. They're his mines, but at the same time, if I hit them and they're not his mines, we lose. But there's 25 seconds. We need to take that capture or we lose. So I'm just jumping in there because it's 15 seconds. But also, I have a healer who's going to heal, so if they focus their fire on him, it's a loss. But then my big torp lands, and I get the crit, and time runs out, and it's a 4v2 win, which felt really good.